Hi everyone. Hi all my beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Keshara and this is Keshara Creates and I am back with another fun painting tutorial. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm so excited to be here. If this is your first time, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Come on, I am a lot of fun. Y'all are not going to miss any of my tutorials. Anyway, it's Saturday, so let's just go ahead and get it started. So you guys, I've been busy. Look at this. This doesn't make any sense. My paint palette, but hey. We're gonna get it started today. So I didn't really plan anything out. I kind of just wanted to do another abstract piece. So that's what we're going to do today. Basically, I already just kind of have in mind some of the colors that I want to use. I went to the craft store yesterday, so I got some more neon paint. So I think I'm going to use some of that because I was just in a bright, bubbly mood. So why not use some bright, vivid colors? So I went and got some more hot pink. I use that all the time anyway because pink's my favorite. But I got some neon green and some neon purple as well. And then, of course, we're going to use the traditional primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And I have a base green and, of course, black and white also. So I know I want the background to kind of blend into blues, yellows, and greens tones and shades. And I want to do like some fun accents over top of it with some purple. So that's all I have in mind so far. Lord, I'm throwing water everywhere already. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start with a little bit of white paint. Sorry, I'm all in the camera. But I like to mix my backgrounds directly on the canvas because I don't prefer to just have just a solid color. So that is what we are going to do. So I'm actually going to do from left to right today. A lot of times I do my strokes up and down, but we're going to do left and right today. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm just throwing down a little bit of white, not a whole bunch, because I want my colors to be really bright. I don't want them to be pastel. Make sure you pay attention to the top and the sides. They need love too. All right. I hope you guys are feeling as good as I am. I'm feeling great on this lovely Saturday. The sun's shining, the birds are chirping. It's a good day to create. Well, every day is a good day to create. Lord, let me reposition my camera just a little bit. There we go. My bad, y'all. Anyway, so like I said, I put down some white. Lord, what am I talking about already? Anyway, so I'm just going to take some of the primary blue, and I'm using my my 2-inch flat brush. I don't even know if I told you that. But I'm going to do just strokes down the middle. Just like this. Lord, it's a wobbly easel. Use what you got though. And thank you guys so much for all your love and support. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been keeping me so motivated. Thank you. Let me put this down so I can hold the easel without it falling all over the place. All right, so perfect. See, not hard at all. Blue in the middle. So I'm going to take some of the primary green and kind of put it on the edge of where we did that blue, and on the other side, of course, as well. Don't forget the top and the bottom. I say that all the time because I have to remind my own self. So you can always go back at the end and touch it up, but I just like to do it as I am painting if I remember to. If you forget and you feel like it's going to be too hard for you to try to mix or match your colors, you could always paint around the edge with black. That actually looks really professional. All right, so we're just going to go right in with the neon green, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put it at the edge. And you guys, this painting shouldn't take too long today. I don't want to hold up too much of y'all's time on this Saturday, but I have dedicated myself to coming and creating with you all every single Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I intend to do that. When I set a goal or make my mind up to do something, that is exactly what I do. So you guys will see me every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. All right, so I'm going to clean that brush off just a little bit. And then we are going to use some yellow, just plain primary yellow. I didn't get neon yellow, primary yellow. And we're going to put it on the edge. All right, I'm already liking these bright, vivid colors. Lovely. Bright colors make me happy. Colors do have a lot of power and influence on your mood. Have you ever noticed if you walk into a room that's a certain color, it can change your energy or the way you feel? If you're ever feeling, you know, tired or lacking motivation or energy or anything like that, put on a bright color. I bet you it'll make you feel better. So I've been busy and tired lately. So today I was like, I'm using some bright colors because I've been working my tail off. Like I had a vendor's event last night. I have one today, which is why I'm painting later than I usually do. I've been doing virtual paint parties. You guys, thank you so much for all of y'all's support. I've been so blessed. I started this channel March the 15th and I already have over 1,000 subscribers. I feel like that's unheard of. But hey, I'm just thankful. I'm going with the flow. I stepped out on faith. We're just going to see what comes of this. So, thank you guys so much for all y'all's support. And you guys, comment and talk to me. Interact with me. I know you guys are watching me. So, talk to me. Let me know how y'all are feeling. Share ideas and suggestions with me too. I welcome suggestions. And if you're interested in doing a virtual paint party with me, all my information is down below. You can just email me. And of course, all of my lovely paintings are available for purchase. So you can reach out to me in regards to that as well. All right, that's it. So we've got our blue, darker green, neon green, and our yellow on both sides. And I made sure I did the top and the bottom as well. So we're still going to use the same large brush, but I just want to make sure it's nice and clean. And I'm throwing water everywhere, but that's nothing new. I'm going to wipe off the excess water. And since we started in the middle, that's what we're going to do, but I'm going to start down at the bottom. And I'm just going to blend it out just like this. Ooh, look at that. How pretty is that? I love that. Pretty, pretty. Ooh, I love how bright these colors are. I love it, love it. Look at that. We're what? 7 minutes and 44 seconds in. And we have our background. Now, I love acrylic paints, especially because they dry really fast. I'm not a fan of oil paint just because it takes too long for it to dry, and I'm not that patient. I just like to get it going. And even with acrylic, even though it dries pretty fast, I still a lot of times use like a handheld dryer or something like that just to speed up the process. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that today. Pretty sure, because I could wait, you know, 5 or 10, 15 minutes to let this dry and talk you guys' ear off, but I'm not going to do that. I think it'd be best just to use the blow dryer for a minute or two just to get it going. All right, I like that. That's pretty. So you see, this is why I love blending the background just right directly on the canvas, because look at all these different shade variations and all these blending that we have going on. Looks like we spent a whole bunch of time doing this, but it took 7 minutes and 44 seconds. So hey, all right, so bear with me. Thank you in advance for sticking with me and watching me through this, but I'm just gonna take 45 seconds or maybe a minute or so to blow dry this so that we can do all of our lovely abstract techniques over top of this beautiful background. So I'm going to grab my handy dandy blow dryer right here, right beside me. And I apologize, it's going to be loud, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. I'm done with that. That's good enough. It's about 80% dry, so we'll work with that. So you definitely, unless you are doing something where you want all your colors to blend together and you're just going to keep going over top of it, you kind of want your background to dry first before you start doing any details over top, especially if you want nice crisp lines. So that's the reason why I keep my blow dryer beside me, so I can just go ahead and take care of that. Anyway, I'm going to get a round brush. So let me just show you. So it's called a round brush because it's got a round edge or a tapered tip to it. It does not come to a straight point or straight edge or a straight line, however you want to interpret that. But I'm going to make a darker purple and a lighter purple. I'm going to start with the darker purple and just have some fun and do some little swirls and all of that. And then we'll do some accents over top of that with the lighter purple. So y'all forgive me, this paint palette is a hot mess. Oh my gosh, that's how busy I've been. But I'm going to use some of this neon purple and some just traditional, Lord, I can't speak. Some traditional primary blue. I think I might do just a little teeny tiny bit of red in there. Let's mix it up and see what we get. Mixing, 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 mixing. Mixing, mixing. Let me add some more red to that. And some more of this purple. I think I might add some of this neon pink to that too. Ooh, yeah, I'm glad I did that. I like that. Pretty, pretty. And see, I just play around when it comes to mixing the colors and all of that. You don't have to, there's no 100% formula. Like to make purple, you use blue and red. That's all it takes. Keep adding blue and red until you get the shade that you would like or that you're going for. That's all you have to do. If you want to lighten it, you can add a little bit of white. Do your white gradually though, because you don't want it to be, unless you want it to be a pastel tone. Add some more red into this. All right, I like that. It's a nice dark blue, but, purple, but it's more of a blue scale, but I kind of like that. I think that's going to look really good with the background tone since we have all that blue in the background, and we'll do our accents with some purple over top of that. So if you're ready, let's get started. So we are just going to, and right now all I'm doing is thinning out the paint some, diluting it. I'm twisting my brush around into my paint. That way my brush is fully saturated with paint and my paint is smooth. It's not lumpy on all that good stuff. So sorry, I meant to explain that. But anyway, now's the fun part. We are going to start with some swirls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up from the edge and do almost like a candy cane shape. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom. There we go. A little crooked candy cane. And the background is still a little wet, but that's okay because this blue scale actually looks really good with the background tone. So if any of the background color blends into what you just laid out, that's all good. We're doing abstract art, so we're not doing a still life or anything that has to be extremely precise or particular. So we've got our little crooked candy cane shape, whatever you want to call that. Then at the edge right here, or at the tip, I'm going to come out of that and bring it around to where it almost looks like a wave. And let me dilute this paint just a little bit more. All right, make sure if it comes off the edge, make sure that you give love to the sides of your canvas too. So we've got our little wave going on right there. And I'm just going to add another line there. And we're just going to keep adding these sections to this. And right now I'm just kind of roughly throwing the paint down. We're going to go back and smooth out our lines. And I'm going to start these lines from the tip each time, okay? So, same thing. We're going to add another little wave or swirl to this, whatever you want to call it. And see, I love acrylic. This is dry. Perfect. All right. Down here. Another little swirl or wave. This one is coming off the side. So we're going to do that line right there. And we're just going to kind of guess where that swirl would connect up here. Perfect. And make sure you come off on the sides. Don't neglect the sides. You don't want to neglect the sides. We're going to do another little swirl coming from the middle right there. And I'm just going to connect it up here instead of drawing it off to the sides and everything. Oh, I forgot this little part right here for the side. There we go. Don't forget the top. Don't forget your top. All right. Now, still coming out from that original point. And I think I want to just leave it like that. All right. So I'm going to dilute this paint just some more. So I'm just adding water to it because you see how thick this is? I'm going to add water to it so I can thin it out some. And that way we can smooth up some of these lines. So it'll paint nice and smooth. So I want to get this to like an ink consistency. So I'm going to keep adding water and swirling my brush around in it forever until I get what I'm looking for. Until we get that thin ink-like consistency to where we can paint nice and smoothly. I just like to go ahead and do it instead of just having to keep stopping and all of that. All right, that's good enough. I'm not going to just keep making y'all watch me mix my paint around. So we're just going to go over the lines that we just did and smooth them out a little bit. They don't have to be 100% perfect because we're going to add some more color and layers to this as well. Painting is all about layering. It takes patience and love and attention and energy to create all these beautiful pieces. So that's why it is important to me when I started this channel to do these tutorials in real time. Because all of my painting tutorials are beginner friendly. But a lot of times, I've been the resident artist at a Paint and Sip art studio for 4 years. June would make 4 years. So I've been teaching beginners for a really long time. And as well, I used to teach children. I was the art and music coordinator for children. I taught art, music, yoga, and Spanish. So if I can instruct kids and I can instruct adults that have been under the influence of alcohol, and make sure that their paintings are really nice and pretty, I know I can instruct you guys as well. But anyway, I got off on a tangent. But it was important for me to do these tutorials in real time so people can see that it's all about layering. A lot of times people think, oh, I put down the first color and it's not perfect. It doesn't look good. It's terrible. No, that's not how painting works. Painting is about layers. Layers, layers, layers. You don't just put down one shade or one coat and think it's going to be a masterpiece. That's not how it works for anyone. All right, I'm just going over these lines, smoothing out some of the edges, really. Like I said, don't worry about if it's perfect, because in each one of these little areas we're going to add some love and some texture and with some other colors and shades too. So don't be too worried. All of these don't need to be the same exact thickness or width or anything like that. You just want at the end for it to look pretty, that's all. And feel free to use whatever colors you want to. Always describe it like a recipe. You can use the colors that I suggest, but you can use whatever colors you want to. Whatever feels good and resonates with you. Whatever works for you. I'm just showing you the technique and bringing you on my journey. So I have been painting like crazy, and I'm still just going over the lines. I've been painting like crazy lately, and I have been posting every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, like I said I would. But I want to give you guys the opportunity to actually get a chance to really know me and walk you through my journey on how I became an entrepreneur and a full-time artist. So, I've been playing around with the idea of just doing some blogger videos just in regards to you guys getting to know me, so you can ask me whatever questions you want to and all of that good stuff. So I'm pretty sure I might start implementing that, so you might see me a little bit more throughout the week than just Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But we will see what comes. It depends, because I've been so busy lately. I've been so blessed. I'm not complaining at all. Thank you. And last Friday was my birthday. I'm still in all the birthday love and support that I've got. Thank you guys so much for all your donations and everything. I appreciate it. I've been so blessed. I've got so many parties already scheduled up for private virtual paint parties. Oh my goodness, it's almost overwhelming, but in a good way. I'm extremely blessed and thankful. I'm so happy, joyful, and optimistic. Thank you. You guys are sending me so much love and encouragement. So I want to be able to do the same. Hopefully these videos bring you peace and relaxation and beauty and joy and all of those good things, because that's what painting does for me. All right. I think that's good enough. Oh, don't let me forget this one up here. And I gotta step on my tiptoes so I can see up there. Perfect. And this side. All right. You know what? I don't think I touched up right here. All right, so we went over all of those lovely bluish, purple, whatever color you want to interpret that as. All right, so I'm going to clean off this brush, but I'm going to keep using this brush. I'm just cleaning it off. And we are going to make our brighter purple now. So I'm just using the rest of the neon purple that I have on there. And the neon pink. Let's mix it up, see what we got. Ooh, that's so pretty. I love that. I'm going to deepen that a little bit. So I'm going to add some primary blue to that. Ooh, that's pretty. Lovely. Brighten it just a little bit more. Add some more pink to it. Now remember, you guys, whenever you paint, your paint is going to dry darker. So I tend to go a little bit lighter or brighter with my bright tones. And you know what? I said I was going to use this brush, but I'm putting this brush down. I'm going to get a liner brush, or excuse me, a flat edge brush. It doesn't really matter what size your flat edge brush is or whatever. I'm just going to use this one. And when I use a flat brush, I I tap into it on both sides. That way, the edge is nice and smooth. It comes to a nice point, because we are going to do some lovely lines coming off the edge of each one of these little blue swirls that we made. Our little connected candy canes, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just quickly throwing them down. See? Throwing them over top of each other. Not making sure they're perfect or anything. I'm just throwing some of this purple down on each of them. And we're going to do that for all of these. So just doing little lines, little strokes of the purple going down the sides here. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to do the same thing for each one of them. There we go. And this one, even though the blue line does not come down here, I'm still going to mimic that technique with these little purple lines too. And see, I'm not making sure they're perfect or the same in each one. That's the joy of abstract art. You want it to be kind of different. So don't forget the sides, like I keep saying. All right, so we're just doing this for all of these lovely colors, or lovely sections, excuse me, with this lovely color, with this lovely bright purple. So yeah, so when I got started, I knew I wanted the background to be blue and green with some yellow to brighten it up some. And I knew I wanted to use purple, but that's as far as I had thought it out. All right, add the purple going all the way down the sides right here and bringing it up so that it looks uniform. Let me step on this side and make sure I got it going right. Ooh, yeah, lovely. Love it, love it, love it. And of course, up in here also, up in here also. But anyway, I hope you guys have been having a great week. This week has been awesome for me. I've been so blessed. I've been busy though. Oh my God. But I love to stay busy. Staying busy keeps you productive. And it makes the day go by fast. Gives you something to look forward to. Keeps you focused. All of that good stuff. And I've been reading a lot more. I haven't even been wanting to watch TV. Everything on TV right now is so negative, like I'm just avoiding the TV. Like, really the only thing I do watch is like YouTube and listen to music. But that's about it. And read. I've been doing a lot of reading, which is very relaxing as well, just like painting. Slows down your mind. Helps you just concentrate, helps you to gain knowledge, all of that good stuff. All right, still doing the same thing. These little teeny tiny lines with this lovely bright purple shade. And see, I'm not being particular. I'm just doing little quick strokes with this purple. All right, same thing for this one. Same thing with the purple, quick little strokes. That's all we've done so far. Go back and add another layer of these. And see, they look completely different in each one of them. And that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what we want. That is the joy of abstract art. And what I love about painting is you guys, you all are going to follow along with me and all of your pictures are going to be different. That's the beauty of art just in general. That's one of the things that I love about it. It's so unique. I love to see how people all interpret the same thing differently. And make sure that you share your recreations with me. Thank you guys for sending me your pictures on Facebook and Instagram. You guys can definitely share your versions of these paintings with me. All my social media and all that information is all linked below. All of that good stuff. All right. And I'm just adding some to the top because like I keep saying, you want it to be uniform. Make sure you got some love on the sides. And can't forget about this one. Almost completely forgot it. All right. And next I think I'm going to make a light blue and go over this purple some. But with the light blue, instead of doing the strokes like this, actually the light blue I'm going to do going around the other edge, and I'm going to switch back to the round brush. And you see, I'm kind of just making it up as I go. Just being creative and allowing you to join me in the journey and do what feels good for you. You do not have to mimic everything that I am doing. Just have fun and create something beautiful. take some time to do something fun today. I'm just going back over some little areas I feel like I want to add some more purple to. That's it. I'm not being overly picky or precise. I'm just adding some of this purple. All right, enough of that. Let's make our light blue. So, same round brush that we had earlier. So, light blue takes white and blue to make a light blue. Ooh, look how pretty that is. I like that. Perfect. I like that shade. So, we're going to leave it just like that. We're going to brighten this up some. All right. So, even though I want this painting to be really bright, I always incorporate darker shades as well, because dark colors make the light stand out, and the light, you need both. Light makes the dark stand out, dark makes the light stand out. So, anytime you add white paint to a color, white is really opaque, so it's very thick. So, I'm just thinning out the paint like I did. And for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the line right here for each of these little swirls on the opposite edge where we put the purple. If you go over that darker blue line that you did, that's fine, no big deal. And if you touch some of that purple, that's okay. So what we're going to do is then I'm going to take my brush and pull that light blue going out towards the middle of each of these little candy cane swirls, or however you want to interpret them. And yes, they're going to cross over some of those purple strokes, which is perfectly fine. Like I keep saying, painting is all about layers. The more layers, the better it looks, especially with something that's abstract like this. All right. And look at how pretty that is. All right. So we're going to do the same thing with all of these. Add some blue right to the base, or directly on the side of this line, on the opposite side of where you did the purple, and then pull out the paint. Pull it out towards the middle. If your brush gets hard to move like that, then add some more water onto your brush and thin out your paint some. All right, there we go. And if it touches into some of that purple, that's fine, because we're going to go back and do another layer over top anyway. Layering, layering, layering. All about layering. So this line right here, right around the edge, put some of this lovely light blue. And don't want to forget the sides, like I keep saying over and over again. All right. And we are going to pull this blue out, going towards the middle. And you see it does start to overlap with that purple, but that is beautiful. It's blending. I love it. And this is just all about showing you guys techniques, how you can blend colors, how you can make things your own, all of that fun stuff. So same thing with this one. Just follow around the side of that line with this light blue. I'm probably gonna have to mix some more up of this light blue, but that's all right. I'm just following the edge of this line. Nothing's changed. Coming off to the sides. If you touch your darker blue line, that's okay. Then we're going to start pushing this paint out towards the middle, this blue out towards the middle. And see, I'm just going into the paint and pulling it down. If your brush gets hard to move, like I said, add some water to it and thin your paint out and just go right back at it like you were. And we're just pulling that blue out towards the middle. There we go. Just enjoy it, go with the flow, relax your mind, have some fun, make something pretty. That's all we are doing. All right. And Tuesday I'll probably do something that's a little bit more defined, because Thursday and today we did an abstract piece. So I love flowers and nature and all of that as well. And now that I think about it, since I've been on this channel, I have not done a landscape or anything like that. I usually do flowers. I don't know. We'll see what inspiration strikes. I just kind of randomly get ideas. I wake up in the morning and say, oh, I should paint this. And then we just go with it. I don't know. I've actually been thinking about doing something with like some fire or something. Like a fire pit or something. We shall see. All right. Same thing right here. Follow that dark blue line with this light blue, this lovely bright light blue. Sorry if I'm in front of the canvas, but hey, I need to do what I need to do to finish off this pretty piece. And I have paint all over me, oh my goodness, already. I haven't even been painting that long. But it's all good, part of the process. And I'm just following that line. And I'm gonna start on this side so we can get the edge, but same thing. Push that blue paint going out towards the center of your little swirl, or whatever you want to call it. And see, art is a skill that anyone can acquire. People, yes, some people are gifted just naturally, but really it's only because they took an interest. No one just woke up and was just amazing at drawing. They just decided that they liked it and they kept on doing it. So as long as you have good instruction, you can learn how to draw and learn how to paint. As long as you put forth the energy and the effort, you can learn how to do whatever you want to. All right. But I think the most important thing is having good instruction. You'll be surprised what you can do when you just have a good teacher that explains things well for you. All right, so I added some blue right there to that line. Same thing. Pull that blue out towards the center of this little section. And then we got to do these 3 little swirls too. Let me get some more of this light blue because I'm running out of it. And I just used the regular primary blue and some white. We're going to mix it up, mix it on up, add a little bit more white to that. Oh yeah, pretty. Now you see how thick that is? Dilute that. I'm going to have to thin it out again. Bear with me. I'm thinning it out. Oh, I haven't been taking too long. Only 38 minutes and 44 seconds. Lovely. All right. See, I'm kind of thinning out the lumps in it or whatever. Add some more water to it to thin it out a little bit more to give us that ink-like texture or consistency. And you see how I swirl, twist my brush into my paint? Like I said, that loads the brush smoothly. It makes sure that the paint is fully saturated in the brush, and it makes sure that the paint is smooth on my brush, so then it's going to paint smoothly onto the canvas. Now, I do want to add some more water to that, so just bear with me while I do that. All right, I think that's good. We're done. So, right here, we're going to add this lovely light blue around this line too, like we did for the rest of them. Don't worry if you touch or you go over any of this darker line, that's okay. Like I keep saying, we're going to do some more layers over top of that, so it does not need to be perfect. That's not what we're trying to accomplish. There's beauty in imperfection. That's what makes it so beautiful and unique. All right, we've got that blue down. Then we are going to push that paint out towards the middle. And see, when it gets close up in here into that little swirl, yes, your paint is going to overlap into those purple strokes. That is perfectly fine. I actually wanted to do that. That's beautiful. Exactly what I want. And I'm just pulling that blue out the same way that we have been. That's it, that's it, that's it. Add a little bit more white to this. I feel like I had it just a little bit lighter. All right, and now of course I need to add more white, more water to it because I added more white to it. All right, get some of that extra paint off and there we go. Let me go back over some of this line right here because I feel like it was a little too dark. Beautiful. Just pushing the paint out. Nothing's changed. Pushing that paint out. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I got a little bit quiet, but hey, I'm just getting focused, that's all. All right, so we are going to do this little swirl too. We don't want to neglect any of them. So just around this line, the opposite line from where we put those purple. There we go. All right, we did our blue line. Now we're gonna pull that blue out towards the middle in each one of our little swirly sections. If your brush gets hard to move, if it feels like it's scratching or scraping against the canvas, dilute your paint some more or wet your brush a little bit. However, you do not want your paintbrush so saturated with water that when you do like this, it's dripping. You don't want water running down your canvas, especially after you did all these beautiful layers. Nobody wants to do that. You don't want to cover up everything that you just did. All right. Just pulling this paint out towards the middle. That's all I'm doing. Just pulling it out, and see this paint dries so quickly. I love it. It makes it nice and quick so you can do all these layers nicely. You don't have to wait so long in between. You can just keep it moving, keep it moving. Keep it going, keep it going. Just rock it out. I'm gonna exaggerate this a little. Bring that blue out a little bit more. Pretty pretty, I like that. All right. Now we're going to do this one right here. Then we're going to move on to some more. All right. So I think next I'm going to go back over these darker lines that I put this base tone and do another purple. And then on top of all these little purple areas, I think I want to do a pink. So like, as you can see, the creativity is just flowing with me. I did not plan this out. I just knew what color background I wanted to use, and then I knew I wanted to add purple to it. That's all I knew before I got started. All right. Push this blue out, going towards the middle. Push this blue out. Don't forget the sides and the top. Don't forget those areas too. You want your painting to look uniform all the way around. But it's no big deal if you do forget to do your sides. Everyone doesn't paint their sides. I just think it looks nicer. And like I mentioned before, if you do forget or overlook it, you can always go back around and paint them black. That looks really nice as well. All right, lovely. I like that. So I'm going to take this same light blue that we have, because we have a good amount of it. And I'm going to add some of this hot pink into it and mix it up and see what we get, Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. Pretty. I don't want it quite that light though. So I'm going to get some more of my neon purple. And y'all, it's so sad how much I go to the craft store. I have so many rewards, it's ridiculous. All right, add some more purple into this light blue and the hot pink that we mixed up. Oh, that's pretty. Still a little bit lighter than I wanted. And I'm gonna add some blue to it. And I'm just mixing it up until I get the shade that I want. Now I want to add some more light pink, or excuse me, neon pink to this. All right, I'm gonna brighten this up with some more of that pink tone. And remember, like I said, the colors dry a little bit darker. All right, I think I like that purple. All right, so I'm just gonna thin it out a little bit, thin it out some. And instead of just covering up that whole dark blue line that we did, I'm just gonna kind of add some strokes or accents of this brighter purple to those areas. So I'm twisting into it, make sure my brush is nice and smooth, my paint is nice and smooth. And I'm just gonna add some little strokes of this purple to each one of these little areas. You can either cover the whole line if you want to, or you can do like me and kind of just add a little strokes of it. However you want to do it, whatever feels good with your soul. It's your creation. Create it how you would like. So as you can see, I'm just adding some of this. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just throwing some of this color into these areas. That's all I'm doing. That's it. And see, I'm kind of skipping spaces. Let me see, did I add any on the side? Let me add some on the side here. Since I'm on this side, let me go ahead and do here and here also. All right. Just adding some of that to here. And here. All right. Here we go. Lovely. Let me thin this paint out just a little bit more, just a tad, just a tad. Add some here. I'm gonna add some love with this light purple to all of these little swirls that we created. Just add in some purple, some really bright light purple. All right, let me take a step back for a second. I have not done that. Ooh, pretty. I'm gonna go over some of these areas with the purple again to saturate it just a little bit more in some areas where I feel like it's still kind of dark with that dark blue tone that we use. And see, I'm just being very random. I'm not being overly precise or anything like that. Just adding purple here and there, wherever I feel like I want to. I'm not even really too much paying attention to how I throw out the colors. I'm just throwing them on there. There we go. Pretty. Lovely, lovely. So I know I want to add pink, and then I think I'm going to add some more yellow to this too. like I said, I wanted some bright, vivid color, so I love pink. Pink's my favorite, so I will find an excuse to use pink. But we're gonna do some yellow also. All right, so right around here where we did that first layer of the purple little lines or whatever you want to call them, we're going to do some pink there. So I'm going to use the neon pink that we have and a little bit of white. So I want this really nice and bright. And there's a little bit of blue that was mixed into this, so it's got a little bit of a blue tone. So I'm going to add just a little bit of red back into that. And already I need more lime, or excuse me, neon pink. So that's what I'm going to do. Come on, paint. Work with me. There we go. Beautiful. All right, add some more pink to this. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. All right, so I'm going to switch back to that flat edge brush that I had. There we go. Make sure it's nice and clean. And remember, I kind of tapped into the sides of each one. And we're just going to literally go over these purple little strokes with some touches of this pink. The same thing we did with the purple when we first put that down. We're going to do that with this bright pink color. And yes, it's going to go over top. It's going to cross over some of that blue, which is exactly what I wanted, which is why I kept saying don't worry too much if you touch over some of that purple, because we're going to add more layers. And this is what I meant by that. Look at there. Lovely. All right, so we're going to do that to all these areas where that dark purple is. See how much this pink is brightening this up? Love it, love it. And see, I'm just doing really quick strokes. I'm not thinking about it too much. I'm just making sure I have a good amount of this pink on all of these areas. Pretty. Same thing here. Add that bright pink. I'm just adding it to each little one of these sections of these little swirls, or whatever you want to call them, until I feel like I got enough. And then I'm going to move on to the next one. Moving on to the next one. Same thing. Just adding those little strokes. That's all that I'm doing. That's it. Nothing's changed. Do it over here too. Adding, adding, adding. Little strokes, little strokes, little strokes of this lovely pink, going right over top of those purple little lines that we created. That's exactly what we're doing. We're adding layers of color. That's exactly how it should be. Give some love to this little area with the pink also. There we go. Pretty. Let me carry this pink all the way up here. Let me step on this side since we were off on the corner here. Bring it up into here also. There we go. Let me just go ahead and do up here since I'm on this side. Add some up here too. There we go. All right, stepping back on this side. Up in here. Still with this pink, nothing's changed. Adding little lines of this pink over top of where we have that purple. That's all we're doing. Adding love with the pink over top of those purple little lines that we add. And see, I'm not counting out my strokes or anything like that. I'm just adding enough pink to all of these areas until I feel like I'm done. All right. And I'm gonna add some little touches of pink up there too, just cause. Then we're gonna give some love to this little swirl, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. And I'm making this tutorial pretty simple because for this channel, I want all of my paintings to be beginner friendly. And as you guys continue to follow me and learn techniques, we will develop even more and more and more skill and complexity to our paintings. So I just wanted to introduce you guys to some new, simple, fun techniques. This style of painting is so relaxing. You just go with it. To me, I think it's more just about the colors and how the colors blends than anything else. So, adding more and more pink. Just adding more pink little lines. I'm just doing quick little lines. That's it. Nothing fancy. Everybody can do this. Trust me, I know you can. I believe in you. I know you can do this. All right. All right, let me take a step back. Ooh, pretty. All right. So like I said, I wanted to make a yellow. So I'm going to switch to a thinner brush, like a nice, really thin, let me show you, a liner brush. So see, this brush is pretty thin. It still has a tapered edge to it, but it's really thin. So we are going to use some yellow, just primary yellow. I'm going to add some white to it because I want it to be fairly light. And we're going to add some of this light yellow to the areas where we had blue. And because we're using, yellow paint is really thin, is really thick also. So I'm actually going to use a larger brush just to thin this paint out, and then we'll go back with that small liner brush to add it to our painting. So I'm just using this to thin the paint out. Just mixing my yellow and my white together, getting it nice and light. All right, beautiful. Well, now let me go ahead and dilute it some more just so I don't have to keep going back and doing that, especially since I switched brushes to do this. So bear with me while I thin out my paint. But look how easy this has been. Painting is just all about layers. Just keep adding layers until you get to the place where you say, oh, I like that. And then leave it alone. Once you get to a place where you're suffice with what you got going on, stop. All right. So with this really thin brush, I'm just going to do little lines going this way. Instead of at a diagonal, we're doing them straight, going towards the middle, crossing over the blue and over the pink and the purple lines. And see, I'm not being particular to bring it towards the exact edge of these little swirls. I'm just adding some lines of this yellow to each one of these areas. I'm not making sure they're all the same thickness or anything or in the same spot. I'm just adding quick little horizontal strokes to each one of these little areas where the blue is. You want the colors to kind of blend, so you do want them to overlap over top of each other. And see, I'm just adding quick little lines of the yellow over top of the blue. And then I think I might just do my accents of white and black after that, and then just kind of leave it alone. I don't want to get too complex. Like I said, I want these tutorials to be beginner friendly and kind of quick and easy. Whenever we do things like still lives and we're painting flowers and things like that, I will take up a little bit more of your time, but I don't want all of my tutorials to be 2 hours long or all of that. Some things I just want to be nice and fun, like this. So I'm just still adding some yellow little strokes coming off to where we have the blue. That's all I'm doing. See, quick little strokes, nothing too particular at all. Quick little strokes. There we go. And I'm just going to keep it moving. Let me thin this out just a little bit. See, I keep having to add water to it, more and more water. All right, there we go. Here we go. There we go. Beautiful. Love it. Still, and see, I'm twisting into the paint. I'm just adding little lines of the yellow going over top of those blue. And I need more water again. This is so relaxing. You guys are gonna have so much fun with this tutorial. It's so easy and relaxing. This is something that is perfect to do with the whole family, or if you're having a girls' night, or you just want something fun and easy to do. Why not? Paint something pretty. Everyone can do this and make it look just as fabulous. I promise. And like, if I wasn't doing this as a tutorial, I would keep adding. I'd probably add some flowers and all kinds of stuff over top of this, but we're not going to do all of that today. Like I said, it's Saturday. I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. So after I do the yellow, I'm going to do my highlights with the black and the white, and then we're done. Then I'm going to leave it alone. Especially as an artist, I can always find something. Oh, let's add this, let's add that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that today. I keep saying that because I'm reminding myself that I'm not going to do that. But you guys, if you're interested in scheduling a virtual paint and sip party with me, email me. My email is all listed down below. And send me the images of your recreations of these painting tutorials. I want to see your variations or your interpretations of these pieces. And thank you guys for all your love and support that you guys have been sending me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. This brings me so much joy to wake up every day and to focus on what I love to do. I'm so blessed. I literally just completely all the way stepped out on faith, and the universe opened up for me. I've been so blessed. All right, so you guys, if there's anything that y'all are passionate about, even if it's not painting, Anything that you've been saying that you want to do or one day you will do, just do it. You don't know what's going to happen until you do it. I didn't know what was going to happen until I started doing this. But hey, I've been blowing up. I keep getting emails and calls and scheduling parties. I had to say, hold on. Geez, I'm already booked up for next month. I still have spots available, but hey, they're filling up quickly. I've been invited to so many like vendor opportunities and all kinds of stuff too. I'm just so thankful. Thank you guys for all y'all support. Y'all mean so much to me. This makes me so happy. Thank you. All right. Still adding the yellow as I keep talking. Talking. I like to talk, so excuse me if I'm talking too much, but hopefully I'm still instructing too. Hopefully y'all still get a good understanding of what all I'm doing. All right, so let's do this guy right here too. And if you don't want to hold your brush upside down like I do, you can always turn your canvas over, which is what a lot of people do, especially in the art studio when I'm instructing. A lot of people feel more comfortable turning their canvas over for certain things, which is perfectly fine. Whatever feels good to you, whatever works for you. There's no rules when it comes to creating. It's all just about having fun. All right, still just adding blue. Oh, I'm saying blue. I'm using yellow. I promise I know my colors. Don't know why I keep saying blue. We're adding yellow over top of the blue. Maybe that's why I keep saying it. And some areas I feel like I want to add more yellow too. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Oh, and can't forget these areas up here. These areas need some yellow too. And see, not being too particular, not making sure they're all the same length, nothing like that. I'm just throwing the paint down there, making little yellow lines coming out from where we put the blue. That's all I'm doing. Just going back over some of these areas with some of this yellow. And I'm liking this. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think this is nice and pretty. Just adding more yellow to the areas where I feel like I want to add a little more touches of yellow. That's all that I'm doing. That's all I've done. Adding more yellow here and there. Here, there, everywhere. Ooh, I love how bright this piece is. Like I said, I needed some energy today, so I knew I wanted to use bright, vivid colors. Or maybe I was just excited because I bought new paint yesterday, but hey. Whatever works. All right. And I want to add some more yellow up in here. And then we can't forget about that little spot. Let me make sure I added enough love to all of the corners or the sides. Yep, almost forgot that spot. And we'll do our little yellow strokes on this little area also. Pretty. Let me take a step back. Let me look. Ooh, I like that. All right, so I'm just gonna finish it off with the white and the black, and we're gonna call it a day. Because like I said, it's already been an hour and 10 minutes, so I don't want to keep you guys too much on or too long on this Saturday. So bear with me while I get some more white paint, and we should be done in about 5 minutes or so. Come on, paint, work with me. There we go. Lovely. All Like I keep saying, white you have to thin out. You have to thin white out. Let me pull it over here so it doesn't get into all those other colors. You have to thin white paint out, especially when you want to do nice thin lines. I'm still using that liner brush that we were using with the yellow. So I'm just diluting this white paint so we get like an ink texture or consistency. Just thinning it out. See, adding more and more water to it so I get a nice consistency. So I don't want this to be too thick. I'm throwing paint everywhere. Nothing new. All right. So around where we started with these dark lines, I'm going to add highlights of white. And I'm going to do it the same way that I did with that light purple. I'm not going to cover up the whole line. I'm just adding accents of white here and there. And this is actually going to make it even, all the colors look even brighter as well. So how did I get yellow when I'm trying to get white? Go over that. There we go. I'm just randomly placing where I want the white paint to go. I'm not covering up all the lines. I don't want to cover up every single layer that we just did, which is why I'm kind of skipping spots or skipping areas. Here we go. Just adding touches. And I'm just being very random with it. I'm not reasoning it out or thinking too much about it. I'm literally just adding, going with my instinct and adding highlights of whatever color. I mean, excuse me, to whatever area. I know what color I'm using. I'm using white. There we go. Beautiful. Keep on doing the same thing. Just adding little highlights of the white here and there, everywhere. That's all I'm doing, adding little touches of white around each one of these little lines or little curvatures, however you want to decipher them. However you would like to articulate this. Let me step on this side so I can come off on the edge so it's uniform. And we can do the same thing here. All right. Now I'm going to switch to an even thinner liner brush, teeny, teeny, teeny. I'm still going to use white, and I'm going to add some random strokes of white along the pink and the purple up here. I think I'm going to leave the yellow how it is, and see, I'm being very sparse with the white and this pink and purple. I'm just adding quick little teeny tiny strokes. That's why I switched to a smaller liner brush too, so that the lines would be nice and thin. If some of them are a little bit bigger than others, that is completely fine. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm just adding my accents of white here and there everywhere. That's all I'm doing. Nothing too particular. I'm just adding some highlights to this, and then we're going to go back with our black and add some shadows to some areas. All right. All right, so sorry if you can hear my family in the background. It is what it is. We're a country. They talk loud. I can't help that. I don't know if y'all can hear them or not, but I can. They sound like they're very loud. Anyway, just adding quick little accents of the white. All right. Almost done, almost done. We're getting there, you guys. Almost done. Still in the areas where we have that pink, do little teeny tiny strokes, little accents of the white. Let me step on this side. Yeah, because I completely neglected this area right here, but it's all good. Let's add some up in here. Add in some up in here. There we go. Same thing, add in little accents of white, little teeny tiny lines of the white along where we did the pink. Don't forget the tops, the bottoms, and the sides. Ooh, that's so pretty. I like that. All right, no more white. We're just gonna add some black. I'm gonna switch back to that liner brush that I had earlier. This one right here. I'm gonna get some black paint. Black is like white. You've got to thin it out. So bear with me while I dilute this black paint with some water. Just gonna thin it out. Thinning it out some. Just bear with me while I thin out this paint. I don't want my black to be lumpy. I want it to be nice and smooth because I don't want huge areas of black. All right, I think that's good. And along here where we have the blue and the yellow, I'm going to do accents of the black the same way that we did the accents of the white around those lines, or excuse me, yeah, around those darker lines that we did. So where the blue and the yellow is, add some accents of black. But as you can see, I'm skipping spots. I'm not going all the way around. I'm not outlining that whole entire area. I'm skipping spots. All right, so where the blue and the yellow is, make sure your black isn't too thin, because the last thing you want after you did all of these lovely layers is to have black paint dripping down your canvas. So I'm skipping spots, but I'm adding accents of the black around where we have the blue and the yellow. That's what I'm doing. I'm being very random with it. I'm not making sure they're all the same or anything like that. I'm not bringing them too close to the line either. I'm leaving space. Just like that. That's all I'm doing. That's all we're doing right here. Beautiful. All right. Right up in here. I already need some more water, but we did pretty good. I didn't have to add water too much to this. All right, let me step on this side. I'm just adding some more accents of the black where we have the blue and the yellow. perfect. I love it. I think I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't want to go overboard with the black. Sometimes I can, but I'm not gonna do that today. Maybe next time I'll play around and do some splatters and all of that. But look, I'm glad I took the time to look because I'm almost missed these two areas. So we will do those and then we are done. Then we will call it a day on this lovely Saturday. I hope y'all have some fun plans for tonight. I'm going roller skating. I don't know if y'all still like going roller skating. I love to roller skate. That's what I'm doing tonight. Hopefully y'all find something to do tonight too. All right. Coming around this line too. Adding some of that. These are just bright, feel-good colors. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Voila. I think we're done. I love it. I don't want to add anything else to it because I will keep going, keep going. And I told you all that I wasn't going to keep y'all too long today. So we're what? Right at 21 minutes. Excuse me, an hour and 22 minutes. So we will leave it like it is. I hope you guys enjoyed me today. I had so much fun with you all. And I will see you guys on Tuesday for another painting tutorial. I have not decided what we're going to paint yet, but whatever it is, you guys are going to love it. So I will see you guys next time. Have a blessed day. Bye.